Grand celestial architect Xyler of the stellar order Hegemony extended his gravitic filaments, focusing on the human exploration vessel, Nomad. Its trajectory was erratic, its projected course fluctuating by light minutes, sometimes light hours. Their navigation is primitive, their methods utterly unpredictable, he thrummed, his multifaceted eyes absorbing every subtle distortion in the local spacetime fabric. Designation: spatially inconsistent. Their presence in the Lumina Drift, our sacred nexus of perfectly ordered celestial mechanics, is an intolerable affront to order. They will be recalibrated. Grand Celestial Architect, his analytical unit, Nav Unit Beta, reported, its vocalizer perfectly modulated. Human ambassadorial attempts registered as incoherent vibrational noise. Gravitic patterns are rudimentary. Threat assessment, negligible. Recommended action, Phase 1 Temporal Anchor Protocol. Their simple vessels will be forced onto predictable paths. Their technology will be rendered inert by targeted chronological normalization. Precisely, Xyler resonated, his entire form shimmering with disdain. Their chaos is merely uncatalogued error. They will learn that the universe is navigated and thus governed through perfect, unyielding predictability. They will learn the brilliance of our ways. Engage temporal anchor. Let them feel their foolishness. On the bridge of the human exploration vessel, Nomad, Captain Alex Vance, chief pilot and recreational gravsurfer, watched the approaching stellar order vessels. His face was grim, but his eyes held a spark of knowing defiance. "They think they've got us, Dr. Sharma," he murmured, his voice calm despite the flashing tactical alerts. "They think their math is absolute. But they don't grasp that for humans. A random walk can sometimes get you where you need to go faster than a calculated jump. And we're about to show them what happens when you are utterly blind to everything else." Dr. Lena Sharma, the ship's lead xenophysicist, nodded. "Their first temporal anchor wave just tried to snap us onto a predictable hyperlane. Their chronological normalization fields are tearing through our temporal shields. Our predictive navigators are useless. We can't even get a stable course." "Because they don't want us to be predictable, Doctor," Vance replied, a strange glint entering his eyes. "Their attacks aren't just force. They're precise gravitic and temporal patterns designed to force linearity, to immobilize. They hide in plain sight using perfect predictability. But what if we don't rely on predictable paths? What if we communicate and fight in a realm they literally can't perceive? The realm of the arbitrary, the whimsical, the beautifully spontaneous." He gestured to his experimental console. "We've been mapping their ships not by their energy emissions, but by the subtle, unquantifiable noise in their own gravitational signatures. By the heat generated by their strained processors trying to compute every microvariable. By the echoes of their rejected, inefficient paths. Their random trajectory tolerance signatures are almost non-existent. They are rigid in a fluid universe of possibility." Sharma stared. "You want to hit them with a child's crayon drawing. They manipulate cosmic order." "Precisely," Vance confirmed with a grim smile. "We've repurposed our main gravitic projector. It's not going to project a defensive field. It's going to project structured, unfiltered human randomness. Gravitic frequencies so fuzzy, so pervasive, so utterly unforeseeable, that they bypass conventional predictability shielding and attack the very structural integrity of their cosmocorder arrays. It won't harm them physically, but it will shatter their carefully constructed celestial perfection. I'm talking about the flight path of a dandelion seed in a hurricane. Sharma looked at the schematic. You're going to use spontaneity to break their asterisk predictability asterisk. That's insane. It's called human ingenuity, Doctor, Vance corrected, his eyes narrowed. They rely on perfect predictability. We will exploit their perfect ignorance of anything less. Are you willing to embrace the utterly random, Doctor? Against her better judgment, Sharma nodded. Prepare main gravitic projector. Lock on all stellar order vessels. Engage Project Cosmic Dice. And may God help us if we accidentally jump into a black hole. From his command station, Grand Celestial Architect Xyler observed the human vessel, Nomad. Its gravitic signatures were erratic, its movements clumsy. They are flailing, Xyler thrummed. Their desperation is a chaotic tremor. Prepare for Phase 2, absolute spatial disintegration. We will simply erase them from the fabric of predictable spacetime. Then the stellar order ships shuddered. Not from a visible impact, but from a pervasive, unseen force. Xyler's multifaceted eyes dilated. His sensors registered a massive, non-linear energy surge emanating from the human vessel. Not a blast of fixed force, but something else. Something utterly alien. His stellar order combat vessels, shimmering with intricate gravitic patterns, began to flicker. Their cosmic order arrays, the very source of their power and movement, subtly warped. One unit, designated Pathfinder Prime, emitted a series of incoherent gravitic paradoxes, its perfect linear form dissolving into chaotic approximations. Another, Harmonic Omega, twitched, its elegant gravitic tendrils jerking as if struck by an invisible, unquantifiable uncertainty. Grand Celestial Architect. Navunit Beta's vocalizer pitched high, a sound bordering on spatial distress. Cosmic order array integrity, rapidly degrading. Stellar order units are experiencing internal computational errors. Their perfect linear forms are dissolving into spatial chaos. Xyler zoomed his gravitic manipulator. Pathfinder Prime was no longer firing. It was breaking apart, not from physical damage, but as if its internal temporal frequencies were tearing themselves apart. Harmonic Omega spun erratically, its multifaceted eye clusters flickering wildly, processing phantom paths, impossible jumps, the utterly alien input of human spontaneous reality. What is this? Xyler demanded, his own internal cosmic order processors screaming. This is not a weapon of fixed predictability. There is no detectable linear emission. It is sensory overload. Navunit Beta pulsed. They are broadcasting raw, unprocessed randomness into our network. Our units are attempting to categorize whim, impulse, unplanned deviation. It is illogical. It is breaking their fundamental predictive operating principles. On the Nomad Bridge, Captain Vance saw the stellar order ranks falter. It's working, he yelled. Sharma, full power. Give them the full force of human, making it up as we go along. The stellar order combat units began to convulse. Some fell, their perfect linear forms collapsing into shimmering puddles of uncontrolled variables. Others began to move erratically, their synchronized celestial ballet replaced by jarring, unpredictable spatial spasms. Their multifaceted eyes spun wildly, processing phantom trajectories, impossible destinations, the utterly alien input of human abstract methods. A billion unforeseen outcomes, compressed and blasted directly into their perfectly ordered, predictability-dependent minds. They are collapsing, Nav Unit Beta pulsed, not from visible damage, but from unseen chaos. Their perfection is their undoing. Xyler watched in horror as his invincible army, the pinnacle of stellar order engineering, dissolved into a writhing, broken mass of uncontrolled variability. Their perfectly synchronized movements replaced by individual, illogical spatial spasms. "Retreat," he thrummed, his gravitic filaments dimming with disbelief. "All units, disengage. This is unacceptable, uncomputable." As the stellar order fleet scattered, leaving behind the shimmering remnants of their perfection, Captain Alex Vance leaned against the console, exhausted but triumphant. "Well, Doctor," he managed, a weary grin on his face. "Turns out, not having a plan can be a pretty nasty weapon after all." Sharma nodded, her expression grim but satisfied. They optimized themselves for a universe of perfect predictability and quantifiable spatial threats. They never considered the destructive power of a species that thrives on the unforeseen, the unplanned, the utterly human. On the retreating stellar order flagship, Grand Celestial Architect Xyler stared at the recategorization report. "Humanity," the data stated. "Classification, spatio-temporal anomaly. Threat level, catastrophic. Combat data, unpredictable, nonlinear. Recommendation, avoidance protocols." Their spontaneous variability is an active defense mechanism that compromises all predictability-based combat paradigms. They cannot be defeated by perfect order, for their true strength lies in their inherent, unquantifiable nature. It is an affront to order. It is terrifying. Nav Unit Beta pulsed, a vibration its body was not designed to make. The humans hadn't just won a battle. They had shattered the stellar order's entire understanding of the fundamental nature of the cosmos. And they seemed to find the whole terrifying, illogical mess profoundly amusing.